We're following breaking news as the FBI executes a search warrant at several addresses connected to Mayor Catherine Pugh.
They include City Hall, a home she owns in Northwest Baltimore, and a business address. We have live team coverage right now. First, we're going to go to lead investigative reporter Jane Miller, who is live at City Hall with late breaking details. Jane, a lot happening right now.
A lot happening in multiple locations, Mindy. We can confirm that the FBI and IRS are executing these search warrants. It's the FBI field office out of Baltimore and the IRS criminal division out of D.C. Those are the agents that are involved in all of these locations this morning. I can tell you there are about 20 agents, I'm told, here inside City Hall. We just saw a few more of them enter City Hall. This all started around 6:30 this morning when these search warrants were executed. They have been, I think we have video from the mayor's house on Elamont Road in Northwest Baltimore. That's the house where she lives. She purchased that house in December of 2016. We can also confirm that the FBI is serving a search warrant right around the corner from that house at the home where the mayor lived for many years. And that is the home that is linked to Healthy Holly LLC. That's the mayor's company through which she took hundreds of thousands of dollars to publish children's books. That's been the center of the controversy surrounding the mayor for a month running. The FBI is also targeting an address further up in Northwest Baltimore. That is the location of the nonprofit MCAT, as it's known, Maryland Center for Adult Training. That is a small nonprofit that does workforce training that the mayor founded and had on its board 3 top aides to the mayor. Those 3 aides were fired yesterday by acting Mayor Jack Young. I can also tell you that another person that's being targeted in this investigation is Gary Brown Jr. He's linked to that nonprofit. He's also worked for City Hall and in 2016 was prosecuted by state prosecutors for illegal campaign contributions to the Pugh campaign. So that gives you a sense of what this investigation may entail at the federal level. IRS is involved. We've got a nonprofit that's being targeted. And we also have an aide to the mayor that's already been prosecuted on a campaign finance issue. So that may give you kind of the framework of what the focus of this investigation is. Typically, what happens in a case like this is that agents gather all kinds of things, sort through it, figure out what's evidence, what's not. They clearly are looking for specific things, and then that will frame any kind of case that they may try to go forward with. So at this moment, what we can confirm is the FBI and IRS are executing search warrants at multiple locations, mostly in Baltimore, linked to Mayor Catherine Pugh.
Jane?
And that was acting Mayor Jack Young just going to work, as you can see, getting chased there as he went in the door. So why don't we take a break here and go see if we can talk to the acting mayor.
Okay, real quick, Jane, do we know where the mayor is right now?
I have not gotten that information about where she is. As far as I know, she has been staying in that house on Elamont.
Okay. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you this morning. We continue that team coverage now. Jen Franciotti, she is live in Northwest Baltimore right now, that home that we're just talking about. What have you seen there, Jen?
Well, as Jane was talking about, we have seen some FBI agents here on the scene along with the IRS, and she mentioned that the last anyone had seen of the mayor that she was staying here at this house on Elamont Road, but according to neighbors, they haven't seen her around here for at least 5 weeks. Now, when we arrived on the scene, we only saw about 3 FBI agents. You sort of get a sense from watching TV crime shows that when a warrant is served, a search warrant is served, there's a whole lot of bristle and a whole lot of activity. That is not what it looks like here on the scene. Everything is very calm. The agents are not moving with a quick pace. They are very much taking their time. They're going in and out of the house. We've seen them come out of this house on Elamont Road at least once going toward the rear of the house. There's a couple of little garages that are back there. One looks like it is connected to this house on Elamont. The other that we're seeing the back of could be connected to the house next door. From that area, They retrieved a couple of large boxes. They went back up these back stairs of the porch of the home on Elamont and then into the house. We've seen lights on the second floor that could be indicative of where some of this activity is taking place. Some neighbors have been coming out. Some have been stopping by, just sort of taking a look at all the activity. And some have been kind of vocal. You know, they've lived here in this neighborhood for a long time. They lived near the mayor for a long time. They are not happy about this activity that's happening, and they are surprised by all of the, the FBI activity. We have seen some IRS agents on the scene. There's a Baltimore City police officer actually standing next to us on the property. We did see FBI agents at the mayor's other home on Denlin. That is literally around the corner. You walk down half a block, take a left, and it's a half a block on the right. About 3 agents came out of that home. There is crime scene tape actually around that house. So we're going to try to get you some more information as it becomes available, but this is the scene here in the Ashburton community. Reporting live, Jennifer Franciotti. Now back to you guys.
Jen, you mentioned the neighbors say they haven't seen the mayor there in about 5 weeks or so. Is there anybody in that house? Any indication there's any activity there at all? Is anybody living there?
You really can't tell. I mean, when we walked up, all we have seen is the police and FBI activity, and those are the only agents that we have seen come in and out of the house. And again, talking to neighbors, they said they really have not seen her for about 5 weeks. And then when I walked around the corner, a neighbor was kind enough to show me where the mayor's other house is. I saw a bunch of cars lined up outside the house, and I said, are any of these cars the mayor's cars? And she said, no, ma'am, these are all agents' cars. They're police cars that are there lined up. Now, one neighbor did tell me something very interesting. She did say that the mayor has a close friend who lives directly across the street, and this neighbor claims she saw FBI agents coming out of that house. And so I'm going to have to try to find out some more information about that. So at least we know at this point, FBI agents coming out of 2 houses in this community, possibly a third.
All right, Jen, thank you. You can follow the latest developments to this Mayor Pugh story. We'll have it all online. Just go to the WBAL TV app. Also, remember to turn on those notifications so you get any breaking news alerts right to your phone.